Question 1. Aaron receives $3 a day. How many days will it take Aaron to receive a total of $30? So 30 divided by 3 equals to 10. So it would take Aaron 10 days to receive a total of $30. Number 2. In the diagram, point F has coordinates 5, 5. The point with coordinates 2, 4 is located at. So since we know this is 5, 5, then we know that this is 5, and likewise this is 5. We can fill in the other coordinates is 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 2, 4 is 2, 4. So it would be D. Number 3. In the diagram, square PQRS is divided into 4 identical squares. What percentage of square PQRS is shaded? Since we know that these 4 are identical and we are looking for one square, so 1 over 4 equals to 25 over 100, which equals to 25%. So C is the correct answer. Number 4. The value of 0.9 plus 0.09 is 0.9 plus 0.09. If we add this together, we get 0.99. Therefore, the answer is D. Question 5. Based on the graph shown, what is the mode for the amount of rainfall for the week? So the mode is the number that appears the most. So we're just going to go through this graph and look at which number appears the most. So 6 appears twice here. 15 appears once, only here. 3 appears 1, 2, 3 times, so it appears 3 times. And then 9 appears once. So if we look, we see that 3 millimeters appeared the most, it appeared 3 times. So the answer is 3 millimeters. Number 6. If x equals to 3, which of the following is true? So we're just going to go through each of these answers and plug in x as 3. So 2 times 3 equals to 6, not 5. 3 times 3 minus 1 is equal to 9 minus 1, which equals to 8. So this is true, but let's just go through all of the other answers as well. So 3 plus 5 equals to 8, not 3. 7 minus 3 equals to 4, not 2. And 6 plus 2 times 3 equals to 12, not 14. So B is the correct answer. Number 7. When two numbers are added, the result is negative 26. If one of the numbers is 11, what is the other number? So if 11 plus another number, let's say x, equals to negative 26, we know that x equals to negative 26 minus 11, which equals to negative 37. So the answer is A. Number 8. Joshua is reading a 396-page book. He has read the first third of the book only. How many pages does he have left to read to finish the rest of the book? So if he's already read the first third of the book, then he has 2/3 of the book left. So 2 over 3 multiplied by 396 pages equals to 264. Therefore, the answer is A. Number 9. In the diagram, the value of K is, so we know that in total, a circle has a degree, a circle has 360 degrees, and this right angle is 90 degrees. So if you subtract 90 degrees, you get 270 degrees. Therefore, the answer is D. Number 10. The mean average of the numbers 20, 30, 40 is equal to the mean of the numbers. So if three numbers' averages are equal, then we know that their sum is also equal. And if you look, we see that 30 appears in all of the answers. So we can just cross 30 off in all of them. And we know that the rest of the two numbers must equal to 20 plus 40, which is 60. So if you look at all of the answers, you see that 23 plus 37 is 60. So D is the correct answer. Question 15. Canadian currency has coins with values $2, $1, $0.25, $0.1, and $0.05. Barry has 12 coins, including at least one of each of these coins. What is the smallest total amount of money that Barry could have? So we know that Barry has to have at least one of each of these coins. So let's add those ones up first. So 2 plus 1 plus 0.25 plus 0.1 plus 0.05 plus, we have to add the remaining of the coins multiplied by the smallest value we have, which is 0.05. So we do 0.05 multiplied by 12 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. And if you use your calculator, you get that the answer is equal to 3.75. Therefore, the answer is C. Oh, sorry, the answer would be A. Question 11. The value of root 81 is equal to, so we know that root 81 is equal to 9, which also equals to 3 squared. So the answer is B. Question 12. In the diagram, what is the area of rectangle PQRS? So the area of a rectangle is equal to the length times its width. We know that the length of this is 4, the length of this is 4. We know that the length of this is 2, and this is 2. Therefore, we know that the length is 4 plus 4, and the width is 2 plus 2. This is 8 times 4, therefore the area is 32, giving us the answer B. Question 13. A piano has 52 white keys that occur in a repeating pattern of A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The first white key is A. What letter is associated with the 33rd white key? So if we have 33 keys, and each pattern has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This gives us 4, remainder 5. So let's count the fifth of this pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it gives us E. Therefore, the answer is E. Number 14. A circular spinner is divided into 8 equal sections, as shown. An arrow is attached to the center of the spinner. The arrow is spun once. What is the probability that the arrow stops in a section containing a prime number that is odd? Well, first let's find all of the numbers that are prime and odd. That includes 3, 5, and 7. And because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the probability would be 3 over 8, giving us C. Question 16. A positive integer whose digits are the same when read forward or backwards is called a palindrome. For example, 474 and 222 are palindromes. How many palindromes are there between 100 and 1,000? So any number that is between 100 and 1,000 is a 3-digit number, or a 3-digit integer. So if we have 3 digits here, the first digit cannot be 0, because if it were 0, then this would be a 2-digit number. So it can be 1, 2, 3, all the digits until 9. For the middle digit, it can be 0. So it can be 0, 1, 2, 3, all the way until 9. And since the last digit has to be same as the first digit, then it really only has one choice. So from 1 to 9, you have 9 options. From 0 to 9, you have 10 options. For the last one, you only have 1. Therefore, the answer is 90. 17. The 2 equal arm scales shown are balanced. Of the following, circle, triangle, triangle, triangle has the same mass as. So for this question, we'd have to play around with the shapes a bit. So you know that these 2 are equal and these 2 are equal. So we know that if we add these together, these 2 together, and these 2 together, the 2 sides will still be equal. So if we do that, we will get triangle, triangle, square, circle, triangle. On the left side, we will get square, square, circle, circle, circle. We can cross off the ones that are same on both sides. So we can cross off the square, and we can also, we can cross off the square, and we can also cross off a circle. But if we go back to the question, they're asking for circle, triangle, triangle, triangle. And you see that if you keep this circle here, you get a circle, triangle, 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 which is exactly what the question asks for. Then if you look on the left-hand side, we get a circle, 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 square. Therefore, the answer would be D, a circle, 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 square. Question 18. A rectangle has length x and width y. A triangle has a base 16 and height x. If the area of the rectangle is equal to the area of the triangle, then the value of y is... So we know that the area of the rectangle is length times width, so x times y. And because we know that the area of the rectangle and the area of the triangle are equal to each other, we also know that the area of the triangle is the base times height divided by 2. So we know that these are equal. Multiplying 2 by both sides, we get 2xy equals to 16x. We could divide x by both sides, so you get 2y equals to 16. And then y, divide 2 by both sides, we get y equals to 8. So C is the correct answer. Question 19. Each of a, b, c, and d is a positive integer and is greater than 3. If 1 over a minus 2 equals to 1 over b plus 2 equals to 1 over c plus 1, which is equal to 1 over d minus 3, then which ordering of these four numbers is correct? So what we can do there is like pair them up and then look at which one is bigger. So let's first pair a and b up. So a minus 2 equals to b plus 4. A equals to b plus 6. So plus a minus 2 equals to b plus 2. This would be a equals to b plus 4. So a is bigger than b. If you look at b and c, b plus 2 equals to c plus 1. C would equal to b plus 1. So C is also greater than B. Then let's compare A and C. Since A minus 2 equals to C plus 1, we know that A equals to C plus 3. So A is greater than C, who is greater than B. Then if we look at the last pair, let's do A minus 2 equals to D minus 3. Therefore, we know that A equals to D minus 1. From this, we know that D is greater than A. So the order is B is smaller than C, which is smaller than A, who is smaller than D. Therefore, E is the correct answer. Number 20. The positive integer n has exactly 8 positive divisors, including 1 and n. 2 of these divisors are 14 and 21. What is the sum of all 8 positive divisors of n? So if n has divisors of 14 and 21, then we also know that their divisors include 1, 2, because 14 is divisible by 2, 3, because 21 is divisible by 3. And if you know, if a number is divisible by both 2 and 3, you know that it is also divisible by 6. And then we also know that it's divisible by 7, because 14 divided by 7 is 2, and 21 divided by 7 is 3, so 7. And then we also know 14 and 21. And if you look, we already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we also notice that 6 and 7, if a number is divisible by 6 and 7, it's also divisible by 42. Therefore, if you look at this, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and n would equal to 42. If you add up all of their sums together, the divisors together, the sum should be 96. Question 21. Kathy owns more cats than Alice and more dogs than Bruce. Alice owns more dogs than Kathy and fewer cats than Bruce. Which of the statements must be true? So what I'm going to do here is draw a table for cats and dogs. So Kathy owns more cats than Alice. So Alice, and more dogs than Bruce. Alice owns more dogs than Kathy and fewer cats than Bruce. So Bruce could either be here or here. So if you look through the following statements, you know that D, Alice owns the most cats, must be true. Question 22. Each of the integers 334 and 419 have digits whose product is 36. How many three-digit positive integers have digits whose product is 36? So the first thing I'm going to do here is prime factorize 36, which equals to 2 squared multiplied by 3 squared. Then I have to find 3 digits who multiply to each other to equal to 36. So by inspection, I get 1 times 4 times 9, 1 times 6 times 6, 2 times 2 times 9, 2 times 3 times 6, and 3 times 3 times 4. Then I need to look at their arrangement because different arrangement would represent a different number. So for example, for 419, I get 149, 194, 419, 491, 914, and 941. So there are 6 for this. And then for 166, I get 166, 616, and 661. So that gives me 3 arrangements. So this would give me 6 arrangements, this would give me 3, this one would give me 3, this one would give me 6, and this one would give me 3. And because they're asking for how many of them, if you add up all the arrangements together, you get 21, which is A. Question 23. Points T, U, V, W, X, Y lying on square P, Q, R, S as shown. If PT equals to TU equals to UQ equals to QV equals to VW, which equals to WR equals to XS equals to SY, what fraction of the area of square PQRS is shaded? So for this question, I'm going to use a diagram. And because I know all of the side lengths here are equivalent, I can use that and draw lines within this square to help me solve this problem. So I'm going to draw this. And from this, you realize that the entire square can be divided into small isosceles triangles. For example, this one. And you realize that the shaded area can also be divided fully into these triangles. And you know that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shaded triangles. And you want to find the total number of triangles. So in each of one of these squares, you have 4 triangles and you have 9 squares. So the fraction would be 10 over 36, which equals to 5 over 18, which is A. So question 24. A dot starts at 2019. It can move 1 unit vertically or horizontally to one of the points 21, 19, 1919, 2020, or 2018. From there, it can move 2 units in either direction that is perpendicular to the first move. All moves thereafter increase in length by 1 unit, 3 units, 4 units, 5 units, etc., and must be perpendicular to the direction of the previous move. The dot stops after 10 moves. Which of the following locations is not possible? So, for question 24, there are 2 scenarios you immediately think of. The first scenario is if you move horizontally. You start with 2019. The second scenario is when you move vertically, and you also start with 2019. For the first scenario, you know the first move is horizontal, so this is 1. And then this would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then similarly, the first move starts on the vertically moving side. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So from this, we start to look at all of the answers and basically try to mess around with these numbers to get one of the answers to find which one is not possible. For example, if we look at A is 2733. So you know that X must be 27. And if this is odd, then you think that how can I use other numbers to get an odd number, and you realize that you need to have odd numbers only. So then you know that this can equal to 20. So we're using with the first step as horizontal. So it's 20 plus 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 minus 9 equals to 27. And for y, that would equal to 33, and which would equal to 19, because you start with 19 here, and you use these numbers to get 33. So you do 19 minus 2 plus 4 minus 6 plus 8 plus 10 equals to 33. So because these two are possible, you know that 33 is possible. So A is possible. And basically you look at all of the other answers and you find that B is not possible. And this is because X equals to 30, which is possible if you use the first step as moving vertically. You can get that as 20 plus 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 minus 10 equals to 30. But when y equals to 40, it's impossible to mix around with these numbers and 19 to get 40. So you know that the answer is B because it's impossible. Question 25. An 8 by 8 by n rectangular prism is made up by 1 by 1 by 1 cubes. Suppose that A is the surface area of the prism and B is the combined surface area of the 1 by 1 by 1 cubes that make up the prism. What is the sum of the values of n for which b over a is an integer? So if we look at question 25, we know that the surface area of a prism, in this case it would be 2 multiplied by 8 multiplied by 8 plus 8n plus 8n. This would give you 128 plus 32n, which is equal to, as the question said, a. The surface area of the combined cubes are 2 multiplied by 1 times 1 plus 1 times 1 plus 1 times 1 multiplied by the number of cubes in the prism, which is 8 times 8 times n. So this gives you 384n, which the question tells you is b. And since you know that b over a is an integer, you also know that 384n over 128 plus 32n is an integer. You also realize, 32, sorry. You also should realize that all of these numbers, these three numbers, are a factor of 32. So to simplify this, you do 32 multiplied by 12n, 32 multiplied by 4 plus n, and you can cross the 32 off, giving you 12n over 4 plus n. So from here on out, you're supposed to plug in all the integers that would for n and find out if b over a is an integer. But you also can realize that there's a limit to this, because if this is equal to 12, then you know that 12n equals to 12 multiplied by 4 plus n, which would equal to, if you can cross 12 off of both sides, and you get n equals to 4 plus n, which is impossible. So you know that 11 is the limit. So from there, you can create a table with n on one side, and then 12n over n plus 4. And you plug in n as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And if you plug this all into your calculator, you get 4 over 11, 8 over 10, 4 over 3, 2, which is an integer, 20 over 7, 4, which is an integer, 28 over 5, 8, which is an integer, 9 gives you 12, that's also an integer, 10 gives you 20, also an integer, and then 11 gives you 44. This is also an integer. So the question asks you for the sum of the values for n, and you get that is 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 plus 11. And if you plug this into your calculator, you get that this is equal to 90.